management. And if you indulge me for a moment, I had to prepare a speech to make sure that I got everything, well, not a speech, a statement, to make sure that I got all of my thoughts in. But as you all know, thanks, Tom. As you all know, running to become the next mayor of the city of New Haven, right now, too many New Haveners are suffering. Far too many folks in our communities cannot afford the high city property taxes. Our senior centers aren't well maintained, and there are students without textbooks or supplies in their classrooms. Many New Haveners are also out of work or not earning livable wages. The state of Connecticut is anticipating a $2 billion shortfall, and the city learned yesterday that the U.S. Attorney General intends to hold up $200,000 in justice funding for the city. $1 million more cuts to New Haven have been proposed by the Trump administration. The situation is a travesty, and the city's economic condition speaks directly to the mismanagement and priorities of the Harp administration. During these very difficult financial times, where every dollar must be budgeted and spent with the utmost respect for taxpayers, the Harp administration has chosen for the fourth consecutive year to present a budget that proposes more spending, places even a greater reliance on shrinking state and federal aid, sets aside funding for pet political projects and patronage, and proposes no spending cuts. This fiscal responsibility needs to stop right now. That is why I'm running for mayor. I attended the city budget hearing yesterday evening and was alarmed, very much so, by what I heard. Every department that presented its budget asked for additional funding from taxpayers, and almost no city administrator could provide a project plan, budget, or timeline for the work proposed. None could explain why there were millions of dollars in unspent capital funds for projects that were funded in previous years but never got off the ground. This lack of preparation and planning was completely unexpected. It is painfully clear that New Haven does not, I repeat, does not have a revenue problem. New Haven has a spending problem. Last night's budget meeting ran for over 6 hours, and I posted most of the testimony on my Facebook page, Marcus Paca for Mayor of New Haven. I did not or would not want any New Haveners to rely on my word alone. So I've given people the opportunity to watch the testimony for themselves. And here are just a few of the highlights. Again, there were no relevant spending cuts proposed by the Harp administration to offset the status quo and or increase spending. True, despite declining external funding. In fact, some New Haven homeowners will see property taxes increase this year by more than 150%. The year-over-year increase in Mayor Harp's proposed budget is more than $30 million, or a 6% increase, while the state budget booms at $2 billion. We cannot count on the state to bail us out of our spending problems. Because of the mismanagement and lack of planning, millions of capital fund dollars have not been utilized during this administration. Yet every year, department heads request millions more of taxpayers' money. The city continues to borrow more funds and increase its debt with no reasonable plan to pay it down in future years. We continue borrowing from our children's futures. These actions have also lowered our city's bond rating. $400,000 has been spent on a teen center, yet city officials can't explain anything about the progress to date nor articulate a plan of action moving forward. At the same time, the city is asking taxpayers to foot the bill for more spending on the project in perpetuity. At least $200,000 more has been requested. There is still no project plan, budget, or timeline to complete the center. Meanwhile, we have $1 billion in new schools that sit largely unused after 3 p.m. The city's economic development administrator confessed to lying to the Board of Alders about illegal destruction of City Commission on Equal Opportunity records last year. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of taxpayer dollars have been spent on litigation, termination, and unemployment hearings and state arbitrations against Nicole Jefferson and other CEO staff. That number continues to grow with no plan to stop the bleeding. To date, no evidence has been produced by the Harp administration to support the allegations that were made against CEO staff. In fact, the FBI, IRS, State's Attorney's Office, State Unemployment Agency have all universally universally exonerated Nicole Jefferson. How much longer will we have to pay for the mayor and the city corporation council's personal political wars? It needs to stop. An interim director, Ano Fernando Chavarro, was hired 6 months ago for $92,000 per year. Last night he stated that no work has been done since he was hired. He has not made one on-strike construction visit to ensure small, women, and minority contractors are being hired, and his board has met 0 times since his tenure began. We can no longer afford to put our city's construction workforce compliance in jeopardy for political reasons. Taxpayers also cannot afford to pay salaries for little or no work output. Additionally, we learned that the city's economic development administrator has continued to outsource the work of unionized employees to private organizations. This also needs to stop. It is a slap in the face to disregard our collective bargaining agreements in this manner and unilaterally take work from city staff. It lowers morale, it causes unnecessary labor litigation, and it costs taxpayers double when we pay outside contractors to do the very work that city workers are already compensated to complete.